So y'all, as I'm feeding them, I'm really, as they're eating, I'm just straightening up their bedding and stuff like that. For the sole purpose of the video, I'm not gonna reach my hand in there right now to show y'all what I'm doing. It's not necessary, but I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. Basically, feeding day, while they're eating, that's the time that I go in and I assess what's going on inside their enclosure. Change stuff out when necessary, straighten up the bedding, all that. Clean their water dishes, give them new water, basically just stuff like that. And just make sure that they're living all right, they're good, so basically that's what I'm doing right now. So without further ado, I'll let y'all continue to enjoy. And also, I just want y'all to know, these are rat hoppers, but they're on the smaller side. But these are the first rats that these snakes have actually had. So go to my previous video, go to the video that I just posted, and you'll see that normal. That's that normal's third meal, and its third meal, well, it's his third meal that I fed. So that's that normal's third meal that I fed, and that's a rat. That was a rat hopper, but on the smaller side. This is that pastel's first rat, and this is probably like maybe the fifth or sixth time that I've fed it. Sixth time probably. So. And they're busting them down like a champ, like that normal. I didn't even expect that normal to do what it did. I'm gonna just peek over and see what's going on in here. And it looks like this one is gonna manage to pound that down too. So, once it does it the first time, it's nothing for it to do it the second time. Last time I fed was on Friday, this past Friday. So today's the 1st, December 1st. What's today? Friday. I think today's Friday. If I'm not mistaken, here, let me check my watch. Yep, today's Friday. Okay. And so yeah. So Friday to Friday, I'll do Friday. It varies. It depends. It really depends. So I'll do Friday to Friday, or I'll do Saturday to Saturday, or Sunday to Sunday. So like, because this is a bigger meal that they're eating right now, maybe I won't feed them again until Saturday. Next Saturday, that is. Not tomorrow, but next Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just throw that extra day on there. Just so it's not becoming like routine that they got to pound a bigger size every X amount of days. Add the extra day, give them an extra day to digest it a little bit. But then hike the temperature way up on that day, because we live in the cold, and I use heaters to basically heat their enclosure. You know what I'm saying? So this is this snake's biggest meal yet for sure. But when it successfully puts this one down, after that, I know where it's at. You know what I mean? This will give me a nice checkpoint. So I don't want to talk too much while I was trying to eat, because I usually don't do that. I'm usually just quiet. So I'm gonna be quiet now. I don't bother it. I just let it do what it's doing. I look at the initial attack, the initial strike, the initial coil, and then I check back, see what it's doing, make sure that it's starting to latch on, and start to devour the item. And then I just leave it alone and I might peek in there periodically. But that's how I do it. But for the most part, it's quiet. Sometimes I might play music. I mean, you know, they don't mind. They don't seem to mind. But, you know, preferably should be quiet. I can remember, I like dogs too. Until I got to know dogs like that, and then I'm like, yeah, niggas kind of annoying. You know, that and all that. Like I said, I check back in periodically. So throughout the feeding, I probably check about 5 times. If I'm being honest, I check about 5 times, like I said, just to recap for all y'all that's still tuned in. I watched the strike, obviously. Watched the coil, you know, accompanied by the strike. And then I might even watch a little bit of the coil until there's no more noise. Depending on how I feel, I might watch that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. And then so after that, I go on and I do something else, and I check back and wait for it to start, you know, figuring out how it's gonna digest the meal. And I see that process. I make sure that I'm seeing that. It's trying to figure out how it's gonna approach the meal. And then I glance back a few moments later, and maybe it might have latched on by then. So now it's latched on, so now I know, okay, here we go. All right. And then once it's latched on, so how many times is that already? That's about 4 times. So once it's latched on, I check back in between, and I might check 7 times. But I check back in between to see if the snake's head is basically towards the middle of the body of the item. And then if the snake has basically the head and the upper torso all the way to the stomach already in its mouth, then I know it's basically good. We're safe now. Like it should successfully go down without any other mishaps. And then I check back for the tail. You know, I check back for the tail. And I might check an 8th time just to make sure that it gets it all the way down without a problem. So that was a successful meal. Like, share, subscribe, because I'm peeking in right now. I can see what just happened. Obviously, I watch the videos as I post them. I also watch the video because y'all are seeing it full real time. I'm only seeing snapshots of the whole process. I'm only seeing snapshots of the whole process. So right now, as y'all can see, I feed in a separate enclosure, and so I just I'll let the snake just do what it does, you know, just to finalize the meal, to get it moved to where it needs to get it moved before I transition it back into its primary enclosure. All right. How I go about doing that, I'm not going to show y'all, just because I feel like it'll be too much on the snake because I need both hands to do it. But I don't touch the snake with my physical hands at all. I just want y'all to know I don't touch the snake physically at all. I kind of just tilt the box that it's in, tilt it in such a way that the snake can safely transition its own self from this enclosure to its primary enclosure. So without further ado, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe because I feed every week. And I've recently just bought a couple of rats. I'm starting to breed rats to save money on the back end. So right now I'm actually going to reach here. I'm going to grab my phone. And thank y'all for tuning in. All right. So yeah, I just checked a couple of days ago. This one was 220 grams when we just had to wait a couple of days ago. And if you check the previous video, that normal that I have also weighs in at 205. When I first got it, it was 163, and now it's up to 205. And that was back in October that we got that weight, 163. Okay, so every meal, that normal is going way up in weight right now because it's already up to 205. Like, it blew straight past 200, and I just fed it. If you check the previous video, this girl right here, she was just 220 a couple days ago. That rat that she just ate was probably about 35 grams, something like that. So y'all can see that she's fully expanding right now, so she's bigger than the normal. But I'm about to end the video right here. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all.